Hello everyone, welcome back to the series where we are solving past 20 years of JEE Advanced question. This question was asked in 2019 and this was numerical based. Okay, so let's go through the question. A ball is thrown from ground at an angle theta with horizontal with an initial speed u0. Okay, so initial speed is u0 and angle is theta, which is given. For the resulting projectile motion, the magnitude of average velocity of the ball up to the point when it hits the ground for the first time is v1. For the first time means, okay, from point A to point B, average velocity is v1. Average velocity. Okay, after hitting the ground, the ball rebounds at same angle theta. Okay, after hitting the ground, the ball rebounds at same angle theta, but with a reduced speed of u0 by alpha. So this speed has been reduced by the factor alpha. Its motion continues for a long time as shown in the figure. If the magnitude of average velocity of the ball for entire duration of the motion is 0.8 v1, the value of alpha will be. Okay, so see, it's about the average velocity. Okay, we have given average velocity as v1 for point A to B. Let's see what is happening between point A to B. A to B means the first projectile motion. Okay, then there is second projectile motion and third. Okay, and so on so forth. It will keep going until the velocity dies out. Okay, or the motion dies out. So if we consider only the first projectile, okay, I can redraw it here. From point A to B, this is the first projectile which I am talking about. It is given average velocity is v1. So can we say what will be the average velocity? From point A to point B, there is no vertical displacement. Okay, there is no vertical displacement. Vertical coordinate is same, y coordinate is same, right? There is only horizontal displacement. So we can easily say average velocity in vertical direction is 0. And it also makes sense because there is only two motion, one in horizontal direction, one is vertical direction. In vertical direction, if we see, it starts from the ground and it reaches back to the ground. So total displacement is 0. So average velocity will be 0. Whatever the average velocity will be, it will only be in the horizontal direction, right? So average horizontal direction velocity is u cos theta. Actually, this is the only speed. U cos theta remains constant throughout the time, right? Because there is no force in the horizontal direction, there will be no acceleration in the horizontal direction. Since there is no acceleration in the horizontal direction, horizontal velocity will remain same. And as we know, it started with u at an angle theta. So horizontal velocity is u cos theta and vertical velocity is u sin theta. So this will remain constant since there is no force and hence no acceleration. So velocity should remain constant. Okay. Cool. So average velocity is nothing but u cos theta. So we can say v1 is nothing but, I am writing it here, v1 is nothing but u cos theta. Okay. Now what we have to solve? 0.81. 0.81 is the average velocity of complete motion until the motion dies out. So average velocity, let's see how we will calculate average velocity for complete motion. For complete motion also this holds true that vertical displacement is 0. Because eventually it will be in the ground. So vertical displacement is 0. So vertical velocity is 0. Average vertical velocity is 0. So I don't need to take care of vertical motion. Okay. So we will talk about horizontal velocity, average horizontal velocity. Average horizontal velocity is nothing but total displacement, total horizontal displacement divided by total time taken. So we have to calculate two factors. See, we have to calculate average horizontal velocity. HOR stands for horizontal. Average horizontal velocity is total horizontal distance divided by total time taken. So let's first calculate the total horizontal distance. Okay, we know for a simple projectile, horizontal range is denoted by u square sin 2 theta by g, right? I am not deriving it because I hope everyone knows this, that horizontal range is u square sine 2 theta by g, and it has come from we multiply horizontal velocity with time of flight, right, and we will get this factor. So I'm not deriving it, you can see in other videos I have derived it several times. So horizontal distance is u square sine 2 theta by g if velocity is u. What is happening in second projectile? Angle is not changing, gravity is not changing, the factor which is changing is velocity. So instead of u, for the second motion, instead of u I can write u by alpha, so it will be u square by alpha square sine 2 theta by g. For second motion, horizontal range will be u square by alpha square sine 2 theta by g. For the third motion, it will be, instead of u I will write u by alpha square, right, so it will be u square by alpha 4 sine 2 theta by g. And we can see like this is the series which it is following, only the factor of alpha is varying. So total horizontal distance will be, we can we have to sum it up, right, we have to sum all the horizontal distance. So we can take u square sine 2 theta by g as common, u square sine 2 theta by g is common, and it will be the simple 1 by 1 upon alpha square plus 1 upon alpha 4 plus 1 upon alpha 6 and so on. This is total horizontal distance. So our numerator is sorted. Now let's see what is total time taken. For a single projectile, time taken is given as 2u sine theta by g, right, 2u sine theta by g. So this will be the time of projectile for the first one. For this will be t1. What will be t2? Instead of u, since theta and g everything is constant, instead of u it will be 2u by alpha, because nothing has changed, just velocity has changed by the factor alpha. 2u by alpha sine theta by g. t3 will be 2u by alpha square sine theta by g, and so on and so forth. So can we say total time taken will be sum of all this t1 plus t2 plus t3 and so on. If we see, we can just take 2u by g as common, 2u sine theta by g as common, and add the other thing, which is 1 upon alpha plus 1 upon alpha square and so on, plus 1 upon alpha cube and so on. Okay, so this is nothing but a geometric progression, right, and this is infinite series. Since we know, like, naturally alpha will be greater than 1, right, because velocity should decrease and alpha is in denominator, so alpha should be greater than 1. If alpha is greater than 1, then this the ratio of this geometric progression, this is geometric progression, and ratio of this geometric progression is less than 1. So we can rewrite it as, we can use geometric progression summation, which is a upon 1 minus r. So we can say u square sine 2 theta by g, and the sum of this will be a upon 1 minus r. R is nothing but the factor is 1 upon alpha square. So this will be the sum for total horizontal distance, and for total time taken this will be the sum, a upon 1 minus 1 upon alpha. For this progression, factor is 1 upon alpha. Okay, so now let's see what will be our horizontal velocity. This is total distance and this is total time taken. So we can rewrite, okay, I am doing it, u square sine 2 theta by g divided by, this is average velocity, u square sine 2 theta by g divided by 2u sine theta by g, and the factors a, I am cancelling a out, a here itself. Okay, a is nothing but 1 actually, so sorry for this, a upon 1 minus r I was writing. A is nothing but the first term. First term is 1 here and here also 1. So a is nothing but 1. 1 upon 1 minus alpha square, I can rewrite it as okay, I can, if you will divide it, it will come out 1 minus 1 by alpha upon 1 minus 1 upon alpha square. Okay, and if I just do the simple maths, I can rewrite is 1 minus 1 upon alpha into 1 plus 1 upon alpha. It will get cancelled out, so this will turn out to be u square I'm opening sine 2 theta, 2 sine theta cos theta by g, g is also cancelling out, by 2u sine theta, and in denominator it will be 1 plus 1 upon alpha. Okay, this 2u sine theta will get cancelled out, so eventually it will be u cos theta upon 1 upon 1 plus alpha. This will be the factor, and this average velocity is given as 0.8 v1. This was given 0.8 v1. Okay, so and v1 we have already derived. V1 was nothing but average velocity for the first projectile, which was u cos theta. So 0.8 v1, and I can write v1 as u cos theta. So u cos theta get cancelled out, and 8 by 10 is nothing but 1 upon 1 plus alpha. If we solve it, it will turn out to be 10. 8 by alpha is equals to 2, and alpha will be 4. So alpha is 4. So this is the way we could have solved it, and I hope everyone have understood it. I tried to explain it in as much detail as possible. So nothing, if I summarize it, we have done the simple thing. We tried to calculate the total distance, total horizontal distance this projectile has traveled, and we then divided it by total time taken. That was the thing. Okay, for individual projectile we calculated horizontal distance, and then we sum it up. This turns out to be the geometric progression. Again, same thing for total time taken, and then we solved it and we got the answer. Thank you. See you guys in the next video.